Alright, D, quick directions here for week 6, module 2, our SCR this week, guys. You're getting close to the end of this whole thing, man. Let's finish strong. Always finish that makeup work if you have any. I know a lot of you do. So let's make sure and use the time that we have today, throughout the rest of the week, to get some missing work finished. It's really simple and straightforward. Gets you a lot of points. That grade's easy to get up, but get it up now before you wait too long. All right. So the poem that we read, and I swear, man, it's one of my favorite poems. I love this poem. I want to frame it in my house. It's short, it's dynamic, it's sad, it's happy, it's all of these things into one tiny little short poem. Um, we Real Cool by Gwendolyn Brooks. Um, I just I'm glad that you all get to read this and we get to write about it because it's a very very lasting and super cool poem. So what we're looking at today is for youth and rebellion. Um, so my short definition for this is teenage rebellion is a part of human development in young adults. So in order for them to develop an identity independent from their parents or family and a capacity for independent decision making. So youth and rebellion is when you guys start to do your own thing, right? Parents saying one thing, you say, "Well, look, I'm not going to do that." And some of you might make that a little more specific than others. Some of you may not do it at all, or you may rebel in different ways. Rebelling could mean a lot of different things, but that's what we see in this poem. We see young men, and we see them rebelling at an age when this particular rebellion can be dangerous. Um, that's what makes this poem sad, right? Is the end, right? We die soon. That's a sad ending. What I want you to do is I want you to click on this video, and there's this professor from Columbia, a school in New York City, a college in New York City, and he talks about it, right? He gets his own way on it. And I want you to watch the video, see what he says, see how he explains things, um, and what it means to him and why the poem is important to him. I think it's a lot of the same reasons on why I think that the poem is important. Um, Watch that video because it explains more, and he reads it again. It's just a good video to watch for discussing and for writing this poem. Explain the definition of youth and rebellion and what you think that means to yourself. What does that mean inside your own head? This is your own words, right? A lot of you have been doing that so far, so good job. So youth and rebellion and we real cool. This is a little write-up that I did about it. So Gwendolyn Brooks uses this short poem to show how youth and rebellion can sometimes lead to dangerous endings. The setting of this poem is in a pool hall in the 1960s. Pool halls are typically known as a place where adults gather to gamble, drink, get in fights, anything else that can be seen as rebellious or dangerous, right? So pool halls were not very close. Pool halls is just a place where you go, you shoot pool, you talk trash, you drink. It can get crazy, especially back in the 60s. It was pretty wild. So we got these young boys here in this pretty wild adult environment. So Brooks, however, is talking about kids in the story, right? That's the youth. The kids are the youth. And their participation in these adult types of activities instead of going to school, that's the rebellion. So them not going to school and instead going to this adult pool hall to drink and to shoot pool instead of going to school. That's rebellion. That's a pretty big rebellion. Um, so Brooks wants us to know that rebelling at a young age is something that happens in one way or another. Right? You guys are gonna rebel at some point, doing something. I think all of us have. Um, but sometimes it can be dangerous, and it can even have a fatal ending. And that's the kind of the dark, kind of harsh reality of this poem. So our prompt is, how do we see the dangers of youth and rebellion in Gwendolyn Brooks' poem, We Real Cool? So I have the poem laid out here for you, and I give you some hints. So I'm talking about these two lines. So if the characters are leaving school, it tells us that they are young or old. Think about that. Is that youth or is that old? Um, Here, I've another whole other point pointed out for you. This is the rebellion. Think about how these lines show the rebellion of the characters. So do the words sing, sin? If you're sinning, are you doing something good are you doing something evil? I know a lot of you attend church, and sin is brought up in church, right? It's something from the Bible. If you are singing sin, does that mean that you are singing something that is positive, or are you singing something that is negative? Dangerous or safe? When they say we sing sin, that means that what? Does it mean that they're singing something positive, or they're singing something dangerous? And lastly, right here, we die soon. Ask yourself this. Do you think the characters are proud of the fact that they die soon? Are they saying what their thoughts are? Are they boasting? Or are they bragging about it? What are they doing with this? Do you think that they're proud of that? They're like, yeah, we're going to die soon. That's what we do. We shoot pool, we sing sin, we thin gin, and we're going to die soon. Or is it like, that's just what we do? Is it a sad fact? Or are they proud of that fact? As always, please use every single sentence starter to begin each of your sentences. This is organization. This is organization. It's a very important thing to do as you write your paragraphs in English class and in social studies and in ELD. You have to organize it, and please use the sentence starters to begin each of your sentences. That's how you're going to be organized and provide a strong paragraph. Most of you already know that. If you don't, please follow that direction. I can't say that enough. I have an exemplar here. This is what I wrote. So you can look at that, use your own words, but notice how I use every single sentence starter, and it organizes my entire paragraph exactly how it's supposed to be. I don't give you any quotes because I want you to find the quote yourself. Criteria for success, always reference this. Please don't have any spelling errors, don't have any grammar errors. Make sure that you're putting pairs at the end of your sentences, using the commas correctly. You're putting the quotation marks around your quotes. As I said again, every sentence starter, please make sure you explain how we see youth and how we see rebellion in this poem. Do you have evidence that correctly supports your thinking? So are you using the exact evidence to support your thinking? Our thinking is shaped, when we read a text, our thinking is always shaped by what we are reading. So there's quotes in there that specifically guide your thinking for you. Make sure that you're putting those into your paragraphs. And our sentence is in order. That means that are you using sentence 1, sentence 2, sentence 3 in that order? You're not going sentence 1, sentence 5, sentence 3, sentence 6. Not doing that. Make sure they're in order. Any questions, holler at me. See you.